Alright you guys, so what you're gonna do first is you're gonna cut the ponytail. Now the mom wanted me to keep the ponytail as much of it as possible because this is his first ever haircut in life. He's never got a haircut, and the mom and dad wanted to, you know, bring him to me for his first haircut. So right now I'm gonna save as much of the ponytail as I can, but he wanted a high top fade, so I couldn't really cut all the way down to that that knot at the bottom. So because my client wants a high top fade, I'm gonna start by separating the top from the sides. I'm gonna part the hair at right a little below the parietal ridge, and set in my duck clips. So next, what I'm gonna start with is clipper over comb. I'm gonna set my comb at a 45-degree angle, and with my lever closed, I'm gonna knock off all of the rest of the bulk on the sides. Putting on the one guard with the lever open, I'm gonna continue to take off more bulk. Okay, this time I'm taking everything down to that one guard length. I'm not going all the way up to the parietal ridge. I'm gonna leave some of that hair so that I could blend it into the top, but right now I'm just going over it multiple times because his hair is gonna be tough at this point because his hair is so used to being long and stretched out in a direction. Don't be fazed by that. Just remember, you're just gonna have to brush the hair and train that hair to go in the direction that you want it to go in. Now I'm gonna start by setting my guidelines. First, I'm gonna start with the bald line first, using my Babyliss Skeleton FX. Now using my Babyliss shavers, I'm gonna make the bottom half razor bald. I'm not going all the way up to that line. I'm leaving about a centimeter, you know what I mean, worth of space. You don't want to sit here and go all the way to the line because it'll be that much more harder for you to take out that bottom line, if you go all the way up. What you're doing is you're leaving another transition, at the bottom. Now with the lever open, going up about a ½ inch, keeping it consistent all the way around, making sure that you go up on the guideline multiple times. Set that guideline in, and notice how I'm gonna set it in going all the way around, and I'm gonna come back, going over it to make sure it's at that length. Now with the one guard open, I'm going up that same width that I set the lever open in, you know what I mean? So make sure you go over this guideline multiple times. I'm going up about a ½ inch, still keeping some of that bulk at the top because I want to blend into it. So next, I'm gonna take out my duck clips because it's time to really get to see what the top is gonna look like. So I'm gonna saturate my client's hair with water and do some shear work, take some off the top, and then blow dry it out. Now I'm gonna take my afro shears and shape it into the style that I want. I basically want a high top, so I'm gonna cut a lot off on the sides and basically square and box it out. So now that I got the kind of boxy look that I want, I'm really gonna blend in the sides to the top. So right now, I got my lever fully closed and I'm basically going straight up, knocking off all that bulk to connect the sides to the top. Now I'm gonna clean everything up, brush the hair down at the parietal ridge, basically getting everything to train to lay down. So now that I laid everything down, you can see my one guard guideline had gotten smaller. So what I'm gonna do is go back with the one guard and, you know, set the guideline to where I want it to be, knocking off some of that bulk on the sides. Putting on the two guard now with the lever closed, I'm going straight up, making sure that I clean up that top area as much as possible. Keep in mind when you do this, you never want to dig in. You just want to roll the clipper off of the head by coasting it straight up. Now I'm gonna go back with the lever closed and freehand that top, making sure I get everything nice and squared off. With the one guard closed, I'm gonna work on softening up that middle line. Know that this is not gonna take out the line. This is softening it up so you could come behind it and take it out easier with the next step.
where you can go be.
Now, with the zero guard closed, basically I'm gonna flick out that middle line. All right, I'm gonna stay right below the line, flick to the line. I'm gonna use my corners the entire time. Bars. Now with the lever fully closed in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. I'm using the same technique. The flick out motion and setting in the guideline is totally different. You want to use a different motion when you're flicking out. So make sure you use your corners, and you know, if you're not comfortable with, you know, going with the lever closed, soften it up by with the lever halfway. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go straight in with the lever closed. Soften it up first and then take it out with the lever fully closed. Sometimes you gotta baby it like that depending on how new of a barber you are, but I could just go in right now and just take out that bottom line, you know, with the lever fully closed. Now here's what separates you from being a regular barber is when you do some detail work. Right now I like to take a look away from the blend or use my mirrors, whatever I have to do to kind of refresh my eyes. Then come back, use different guards in areas where, you know, I set my guidelines in. I'll use my corners, you know, take out some of that bulk that I see, and like I said, do some detail work, man. This is what separates you from the rest. So right now I'm gonna pin the hair up in the front. I kind of want that hair to lay over in the front like that, so I'm just gonna save that. I'm not gonna cut that off. What I will do is I'm gonna create the line by brushing the hair down, brushing those little baby hairs down, making sure that it's neat, the line is neat as possible. Then I'm gonna take it down with a one guard closed. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in the full 360, and they come out looking like,
Damn, son, we make it look easy.
YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother. He does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure y'all go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.